Hello, in this video, I would like to talk about the importance of being yourself when you have a disability. Now, if you have a severe disability, people may try to tell you to act more positive or to think of things in a more positive light. Now, although this may be natural to some and beneficial for them, it is important to realize that if you are not one of those people, then it is okay to just be yourself. Don't let other people tell you how you should feel, and don't feel bad if you are not positive by nature or happy with your situation. Life is full of challenges, and it isn't good or bad to react to any situation in either a positive or negative light. Someone is not better for being a positive person. Someone is not worse for being a negative person. It is all a continuing spectrum of natural human emotion. There is no right and wrong when it comes to how someone feels about their given severe disability. Now, although I say this, there is a negative when those negative thoughts that someone may have are then turned to negative actions. You can have negative thoughts about your situation, but that is different than acting on those negative thoughts in a negative way that causes you more harm than good. Some might even argue, as I would, that it is healthy to have negative emotions because they allow you to think of things in a more holistic way. If you can understand the negatives of life as well as the positives, and not be handcuffed to only see the positives in bad situations, you will have a greater understanding of life in general. You will be a more well-rounded person and able to deal with the truly terrible things that can happen in life. If someone is overly positive about their situation, I argue that they are most likely lacking the critical thinking necessary to truly understand the situation they have in front of them. Now, some would argue that a positive person actually sees the world in greater depth than a negative person because they can take pleasure in small things. But taking pleasure in small things, such as the little joys in life, only gets you so far. It doesn't work on larger scales. It may work for a minute or two, but to try to live your whole life that way would be an exercise that is just too difficult. It would be exhausting. It would not work. Now, I say all this because I know there are people that do their best to make people with disabilities feel better by telling them to be positive and that all things are achieved through positivity. But I also understand the realities of having a disability, and I know that thinking in such positive terms is not a sustainable approach. You need to be able to think about things in both positive and negative terms. If you're only able to think of things in one light, you're going to struggle when faced with overwhelming adversity. To think about things from both sides allows you to get your hands on an issue and kind of play a mental game with yourself, in that you can come up with scenarios in your mind that show you, oh, this isn't so bad, or oh, this isn't so bad, but it could be better. I think doing this in the way I just did allows someone with a disability to experience the true richness of the world. And I think that is always best.